It begins from the idea of building Jagalan towards the future. Jagalan is one of the sub-districts of central Semarang in Semarang City. It has an area of 27.01 hectares. Our plan is to develop Jagalan. A dirty slum turns into something beautiful. The local wisdom and the sense of togetherness are the strongest points to build Jagalan. Don't forget about its community, people who still preserve the ancestral culture and values from then until now. With these ideas, we try to build Jagalan with our design in this studio. As urban and regional planning students, we have to learn how to plan and design through some studios. The last studio is the Studio of Urban Design and Management. In this studio, we choose Jagalan, a place with a lot of cultural values. The idea is to develop Jagalan for the next 20 years. In the process, we've been through a lot of activities for 14 weeks. From focus group discussions, brainstorming, to some assistance to get the best possible analysis and results. The most important part is discussion. We also did a weekly discussion to revise our work for the upcoming class presentation. Of course, it's not only about doing revision, but it's also about chit-chatting. In the process of working on the design, we had discussions to draw directly on the printed map of Jagalan to get an accurate and detailed two-dimension site plan. From there, we started to make the three-dimension design using SketchUp together according to the concept. To know further the specific condition of Jagalan, we also conducted field surveys directly to the location. Technically, we were divided into teams. Each team had its own division of work. There was a lot to see in there. The social inequality was the first thing that we saw. There are some good, yet there are also quite a lot of non-eligible houses. But worry not, Jagalan is also known for its famous trade and service area, which is located along Jalan MT Haryono as an arterial road, which carries some great potentials in trade. We also saw the original form of slum settlements in Jagalan. The condition is quite heartbreaking. The narrow slum alleys, poor neighborhood, and the lack of open spaces. People there also use wells as the water resources of the community toilets. The wells exist since a long time ago and are considered as ancient wells. Now, we can clearly imagine the settlement's conditions, right? If we don't take serious action, the situation will be worse. It can lead to some serious problems in the future. To take action, we analyzed several important parts in terms of environment, economy, culture, as well as social and political potentials, and problems. The main issue of Jagalan is the arrangement of settlement areas is less than optimal in supporting the socio-economic activities of the community. Given this issue, the responses focused on settlement arrangement, economic optimization, and the provision of open space. We applied the responses through the design. Of course, the good design is carried by the good concept, the best possible realistic concept. Therefore, the design concept is livable neighborhood with two indicators: livable commercial street and livable settlement. With this concept, our hope is to turn Jagalan from dirty slums into a livable neighborhood. The design area is Jagalan Subdistrict. It is located at Central Semarang District in Semarang City with an area of 27.01 hectares. The land use is divided into three classifications, which are dominated by trade and services, covering an area of 17.2 hectares or 63.4% of the total area. The design location is in Central Semarang District, one of the tourism strategic areas with the theme of cultural tourism oriented towards competitive tourism and supported by creative economic development. Jagalan is identified not only as a trade and service area, but also a mixed-use residential area. It is because of its strategic location in the middle of Semarang City. Dense population it is. The total population is 5,811 people with 2,061 head of household. The population density is 215 people per hectare, so it has a high population density. The road network consists of primary arterial and secondary collector roads. While they are in good condition, the local roads are quite narrow. But let's give Jagalan the thumbs up for the facilities. The educational facilities and the prayer facilities. It has mosques, churches, temples, you name it. So there is a high tolerance of togetherness among the residents. About the settlements in Jagalan, it was a historical site. It has been existed since the Dutch colonial era. It was also the witness of the history of the struggle of the natives against colonialism. One of the famous histories is the existence of Tuan Tasripin, who held glory in the Jagalan area. There are still a lot of remnants of his glory, such as the mosque, Tasripin's houses, and craft equipment. The location of the relics is in Kampung Kulitan. That being said, it turns Kampung Kulitan into a tourist village with cultural heritage. Kampung Kulitan also holds great potential for a tourist attraction, which then can improve the community's economic condition. In our site plan design, we made two entrances on the south and east sides at Jalan MT Haryono and Jalan Ki Mangun Sarkoro. When entering the design area through the south side, visitors will immediately meet the shopping area on the left side of the road, with the area of 13.68 hectares. The shops are equipped with inclusive pedestrian paths, with roofs and trees, so people will walk in a comfortable and safe path. The pedestrian is designed along the secondary arterial roads on Jalan MT Haryono and on secondary collector roads with a width of 1.5 meters. The vehicle circulation system regulated on arterial roads is a one-way system to enter the design area with a pedicab route. This route was added to facilitate the mobility of pedicabs as a form of cultural heritage that still exists in Jagalan. To make it easier for visitors in the shopping area, we also make the on-street parking facilities and parking pockets with a capacity of 174 cars and 229 motorcycles. For our trade and service area, there is a small and medium enterprise center to support the creative economy of local residents, which aims to accommodate the potential of small and medium enterprises and street vendors and improve the community's economy. The center's location takes place in the center of the design area, completed with parking and small park to accommodate the social and recreation needs of the visitors. We also designed teras Pringgaring. Adapting the concept of teras Cihampelas, it's like a skywalk in Jalan Pringgaring to support the street vendors. For the settlements, in order to support the livable concept, we planned to build the 2M houses, which stands for Munggah and Mundur, which is a concept adapted from the Winongo River in Yogyakarta City. We also plan to build low-rise residence for people in RW 7 and RW 8, which focus on improvement of environmental conditions, equipped with supporting facilities such as a playground and private parking lots. With the area of 14,000 square meters, people will feel a new comfortability in their houses. Kampung Kulitan itself is planned to be built by maintaining the concept of a historical thematic village as an effort to improve environmental conditions, utilize historical values, and develop local potential. There will be a museum containing the history of Jagalan village as part of the old village of Semarang, which offers the concept of an explanation of history by utilizing technology. There will also be an exhibition center for local art exhibitions. As an area with historical value, of course, we are trying to build Jagalan to be better, to support the comfort of residents without forgetting its ancestral heritage and cultural history. Enjoy the new livable neighborhood of Jagalan.
Tumbasanten banyune klopo, cekap semanten atur kula. Mugi Jagalan tansah pinaringan wilujeng, ayu, hayu, rahayu. Jagalan berteman, berbudaya, teduh, aman, lan nyaman.